Hello guys, so welcome to KO Tutorials. So let's continue with the next part of this tutorial. So let's get started. So as you can see, we have almost done with the texturing part over here. So few things are left which we'll be doing over here. So very first of all, let's just texture this cups over here. So let's again go back to the material editor. Let's take a slate material editor. And let's take a Vray material, go into this diffuse bitmap, and I'll take a ceramic texture over here. So let's take a ceramic texture. I have some textures. I'll just find out some textures. Okay, let's take a texture over here. Slightly give a bit of reflection. After that, select this. Let's go into this polygons. Go into the material editor. Take a Vray material. Let's give a white color. Go into the reflection. Give a bit of reflection. Fresnel IOR, I'll increase it and I'll slightly reduce the R glossiness. And just assign it. Give max depth as 8 over here. Inverse it. Take again a Vray material. I'll slightly give a bit of a brownish color. Assign it. The same way. Give the material. Inverse it. So now select this all and we'll assign the same texture which we have assigned over here for this wood. So let's go up. So we won't unwrap this now. Assign it. So select this and give a UVW map. Give a UVW map. Set it as a box. So just assign UVW map. So now what I'll be doing over here is like, okay, we have not assigned a shader over here. So we'll assign the same shader. So select this. Let's go down. Just assign that. So now I'll just put one box on the top, so we can just cover this area. Alright, so go again into the material editor and we can assign some material. We'll just give a flat plane shader or color to it. So save your file. So now let's start up with the lighting part. So very first of all, what I'll be doing over here is like, let's go into this Vray lights. I'll set up a camera angle also if required. So I'll go into rendering, render setup, and set it to 1920 by 1080. If you want to make it bigger, you can go with the big also. Press Ctrl C from that particular view to set up a camera over here. After that, let's go into the perspective view. So take a Vray Sun and let's just drag a sun light over here and say yes, you need an environmental map. You can activate that environmental map over here. So now what I'll be doing over here is like, select this light. Before we go into that, so we need to see where is that the glass area. Okay. We'll slightly reduce it. Just rename this as glass over here. So now what I can do over here is like, so I'll go over here, select this light, go into its parameters. Very first of all, I'll go into this and I can use photon emit radius. I'll increase it. So you can increase this photon emit radius. After that, now let's see how the light works over here. Okay, so the light is emitting now. I'll slightly just push this up. How much area you want, you can define that. Again, go into this and I'll go into the refract. So I can reduce it. go into this, change the filter color. You can change the light filter color. After that, let's see how it looks like. It's too much of illumination. Go into the intensity multiplier. I'll set it as 0.2 and I'll render it again. Still the intensity is very high, so we can reduce the intensity of it. Okay, so the light is not emitting inside. The reason behind it is like we need to make it a bit more refract so light can enter it. So we will be checking some few more things over here. So Control A and excluding the camera and the light. Or you can just select the geometry, convert to editable poly, select all the shapes and convert to editable poly. So I can just get back to the camera view and let's try to render it and see how it looks like. So now what I'll be doing over here is like, again if I go into this and if I slightly, I'll just go into the rendering, render, and we have this region render. So let's activate this region render and I'll go into this. So I'll go into this and I'll go into the refract and slightly. Now let's see how it looks like. Okay, so now you can see the light is entering inside very easily. But if you want, what I can do over here is like I can make it more like a frosted glass. That is also possible over here, that we can do. So what I can do over here is like I can make it frosted glass also. So I'll just go over here. I'll make the glossiness as 0.8. Let's go into the maps, go into the bump, and let's give noise over here. I'll give the value as 5. Go into the noise and let's give the size as 1 over here. Let's again go into this, give the refract, reduce the refract, and let's render and see how it looks like. And give the diffuse color as black and let's render and see. Okay, so you got the frosted glass effect now. Can see that, and also the light is entering into it. Can give a color to the glass, not a problem. So refract, I can increase or decrease. If you reduce the refraction and now you render it, then you will see that the light won't pass through it. So you need to give a bit of refraction, at least half, and render it again. Select this table. If you look at it over here, for this the reflection is very high. I'll try to reduce the reflection for this table. So let's just reduce the reflection for this table. Let's render it again. Much better. So guys, if any doubts, please put it in the comment section over here. So definitely we'll be checking out the light setup properly. We'll be adding few more lights. So that's not the final stuff. We'll be doing it. So definitely we have seen completion of this Vray material, adding a frosted glass and adding a Vray Sun. So we'll be adding few more lights and we'll do it. So guys, if any doubts, please put it in the comment section. So we'll continue the rest of the part in the next tutorial. So thanks for watching this tutorial.